Welcome to DROD'S MMA Unboxing. Did Triple G get a gift decision and did Daniel Jacobs get robbed? The answer is maybe and no. And the reason why I'm saying that is because I felt I think the fight was fair. Um, Daniel Jacobs was doing a pretty good job. He wasn't going to the back of the ropes. He was circling, which kept Triple G from being able to land any good clean punches. But you you can easily make a case that the first 5 or 6 rounds is Triple G, and he probably won maybe one or two later rounds. So it's not inconceivable to believe that the fight was very close and that Triple G could have edged it out. I don't really. That's not something that's a big deal. I think what a lot of people are suffering from is the shock value, and what I mean by shock value is that a lot of times when you see guys like Triple G who dominate so long and who's such a heavy favorite, you expect them to win, and when things are not going according to plan or what you're used to or what you thought in your head, there's a shock value, and the shock is, oh my gosh, wow, he is actually hanging in there. He's actually landing some clean shots. He's doing pretty well. And so a lot of times, because you have information on the two fighters, you tend to give the person rounds or give them credit for for things that you normally wouldn't have. And so that's how you end up giving them the fight. As far as whether Triple G look old, I have noticed a lot of people like, oh, he's looking old. Canelo's gonna fight him now because he's looking old, invincible. Not exactly. Triple G looked really good. He looked strong. He looked fast. I said in my video I did before this of my pre-fight scenario, my prediction, I thought that he was gonna have the same speed, and he did. He did have the same speed. A lot of people were like, oh well, he's gonna no one backs up Triple G. If you look at my previous video, you can see that Kell Brook and Curtis Stevenson backed Triple G up. You're also gonna see in my other video what I thought Jacobs needed to do, and Jacobs did a good job of staying off the ropes. He jabbed off the ropes, and what he chose to do was when he found himself getting close to the ropes, he would fight off the ropes. And there was one instance where he took the clinch, and right off the clinch, he didn't spin him around like I said he should have done, like he did in like other fights, like the Truez fight. What he did was he ended up coming off strong and fighting. What he did good in this fight was he also went to Triple G's body, and that's why you saw in the later rounds where Triple G was more lethargic and not landing punches. I don't care who you are, you can be you can be Thor himself. If you get hit in the body so many times, and these are good body punches, you will slow down. And that's pretty much what happened. Triple G did slow down because he was getting hit with those body shots. It didn't have anything to do with age. You got to give Daniel Jacobs credit. A lot of people are saying, oh, because he's old. No. You have to give these fighters credit for what they do. And I felt like Triple G has gotten away for so long with fighting lower tier opponents that people seem to think that he's better than what he really is. Now, I'm not saying he's not good. I'm just saying straight up that when you increase your level of activity, I mean, when you increase who you fight and they're better, what happens is you're not getting out the high knockout ratios anymore. You're not looking invincible anymore, and you're actually getting touched a little bit more than usual. And that's pretty much what happened. Daniel Jacobs' chin held up pretty strong. A lot of people were like, "Oh, he's gonna get hit." He did get knocked down, but if you were seeing in my video I did, my pre-fight scenario, I talked about that too. Daniel Jacobs' chin is pretty solid. What people fail to realize is that fight, in the Prague fight, he got hit a couple times, but his chin held up strong. That punch, when I call it a switch punch, because basically he switched his stance twice, and he had so much momentum going into that punch. It was like running at somebody full speed and being able to throw a punch. I mean, being able to hit them with everything you have, cocking back with it, kicking your leg up in the air like like a baseball player, and just hitting them with everything you got. That shot would have probably knocked out Triple G, to be 100% honest with you. So I don't really consider Daniel Jacobs' chin weak. In the Sergio Moore fight, he was running at him full speed with his hands down. That's all in my video. Y'all should check it out. I spent 7 days trying to break this down, let you guys know that Triple G was not invincible. And a lot of people thought he was, but he's not. He's a human being just like everybody else. But when you fight lower tier opponents, then that's what you get. Now, what Daniel Jacobs did was he came in, he decided he was not going to try to go for the IBF belt, and so he purposely missed the 24-hour weigh-in with IBF so that he can come in heavy for this fight. I kind of knew it in that within the 7-day weigh-in, he was 7 pounds over, and I was like, okay, that's his strategy. He's going to come in, he's going to be big and strong because he needs that extra weight to be able to take Triple G's punches. He also wanted Triple G to feel his weight. So what you saw in there, you saw Triple G fighting a bigger man, and the punches from that bigger man actually takes its toll on you as the fight moves on. And it's also when even when just clinching and getting into these, because basically Triple G spent more time in the clinch in this fight than he did in any of his fights. Just having that contact with someone will wear you down, and that's pretty much what you saw. You saw him in there with a bigger man, a more game opponent, and somebody who was willing to fight him. This is DROD'S MMA Unboxing. Subscribe.